Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I thought we would discuss the newest palette from Natasha Denona. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I have quite an assortment of her palettes and I am a big fan of her formulas. There have been a palette or two here or there that I haven't loved the color arrangement, but the newest one just came out at $69. So if you guys would like to see swatches, see some eye looks, and hear my thoughts on this newest palette, then just keep watching. So this is what the outer carton looks like. It is metallic and kind of like that retro vibe. It's like a peach shade down to a mint green. On the back, it lists all of the shades and then what they are. So if they're matte, cream to powder, creamy matte, or they're chroma crystal like the flaky chunky ones, or metallic. It also tells you the ingredients and how best to use each type of shadow, which is nice. This is the outer carton. And then the actual palette looks like this. It's kind of got like this plexiglass top and kind of like a, what do you call it when like it moves as you're turning the angle? I forget what that's called, but kind of like an illusion type of thing with the kind of swirls on it. And again, the peach to like more of an olivey green color. This is what the color story looks like. And obviously, like, most likely, if you've clicked on my video, then you're curious about this because you've already seen things about it. So I'm not going to go through and swatch all of the shades because Natasha already did that over on her Instagram story. So I'll include her footage here for you to check out the arm swatches. Now, I have to say, I'm wearing this palette today on my eyes. So this is the Retro Glam Palette. This is the second day I've tried this palette and already I have thoughts. So let me include my look from my first day trying it along with my first impressions right here, and then day 2's makeup, which is today's. So check those out real quick. Okay guys, here's the look using the Retro Glam Palette. I used all greens and then I used like one of the brown shimmers on the outer corner, and it's honestly a little muddy and the colors are all kind of running together. I mean, it's pretty, but I can make this look with other green palettes that I already have in my collection. So I'm not sure I needed this palette as of right now, but this is day 1 playing with the palette, so stay tuned. Okay, so this is my second day using the Retro Glam Palette, and today I went with the pinks, and again, I feel like the light pink and the medium shade pink, they look like the exact same color once you put them on the eye. Like, there isn't enough difference between the two pink shades. And then I had the metallic pink here, and then I used kind of like the inner corner shimmery shades, which are really, really pretty. And then I used a brown shimmer shade as a liner, and I didn't really love it, so I went over with the like cream to powder dark green shade as a liner, which I like better. But still, I just don't feel like I'm getting much variety of color with this palette. Yes, it's a brown, gray, green, pink, champagne palette. But even within each color family, I just feel like I'm not getting much color variety. So it just looks like one shade no matter what I'm doing. So if you're going to do a monochromatic look, I don't feel like you have enough variation to really do like a brightening shade, a deepening shade, a lid shade. They're too similar. That's been my experience. Like with the green look, the light green looked very similar to the medium green. The deep green was definitely darker, but still just kind of looked like a wash of green, no real definition. So I'm not loving this palette, and I was kind of on the fence when I purchased it. But this is day 2, and I'm still feeling like I'm not impressed. The look turned out fine. Okay, so now that you saw my green look and then today's look and heard my thoughts haven't really changed on this palette. You have the light tone pink and the deeper tone pink, but on the eyes, they look almost the same. You have your green and your green, which other than being shimmery and matte, they're pretty much the same. Then you've got your deep green matte shade, and then you've got your deep green, like metallic-y shimmery shade. Again, the colors are so similar. The only thing that differs from them is whether it's a shimmer finish or a matte finish. But on the eyes, you can't really differentiate between the darker crease shade and the darker shimmer shade. So it just kind of looks like all one shade on the lid. Now today I tried to mix the two. So I started off with an all pink look, and I was thinking, okay, this just looks like one big wash of pink, not exciting. So then I decided to use the browns as my liner, which were fine, but it wasn't enough contrast, because even though this looks like a really deep color, it's not super deep when you apply it as a liner. So then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll try to apply the green on top of it. So I had the pink wash all over the lids, and then the brown as the liner, and then I decided to put the green on top, which I feel like redeemed the look. But now it's just making me think of Christmas, because it's like pinkish red shimmer and green. Red and green, pink and green, very holiday. I do love this shade, which is on the inner corner right here. It's super, super reflective, super, super shimmery. That's the Chroma Crystal one. Like, I'm really impressed with that one. It's really beautiful. But otherwise, I feel like you're just gonna get like one big wash of color. It's like light tan and medium tan. They look the same on the eyes. Light pink and dark pink. They look the same on the eyes. Green and green. They look pretty much the same on the eyes. Your brown and your brown. There's just not enough variety in this palette. This is my qualm with it. The formula is beautiful. Blendability, beautiful. But it's like, if you're gonna go with all tans, all kind of in the same color family, then go with the Glam palette, or go with the Biba palette. If you wanna go with a green story, then check out the Metropolis palette. If you want the pinks, then go with the Love palette, or the other pinky one. I forget the name of it right now. But along with the Zendo palette, I'm gonna say this one is not worth purchasing if you already have other Natasha shadow palettes and the color story is not calling to you. I would not spend your money on this one. It's too much one note for me, and then when you mix between the shades, you get muddy. Red and green make brown. You know what I mean? You can get like a fairly neutral look with like tan, and brown. Kind of boring, but this is screaming like pinks and greens, so you want to make something fun out of the pinks and greens. But for me, I'm going to say that this one is a pass, unfortunately. Like I said, the formula is beautiful, the blendability is beautiful. There's just not enough shade depth variety to really make a one-tone look really pop. Does that make sense? I mean, I've seen these beautiful green looks, but like, I have like green blue eyes, so green on my eyes is not that flattering. The pink is pretty, but again, it's just like all a wash of mid-tone pinks. There's no like real deep and real bright. So for me, this might be an unpopular opinion. I'm just gonna say that this is not a palette I would recommend. I would say save your money for some of her other palettes. I really love the Biba palette. I love the Safari palette, which I don't think you can get anymore. Yeah, I would say Glam, Biba, and Safari are probably my favorite Natasha Denona palettes. So you guys come to my channel to hear my honest thoughts, and that's what you get. So I would say pass on this one. Beautiful formula, very blendable, but just this color story for me just didn't work. Perhaps if you have a darker skin tone and darker eye color, this might be more flattering for you. But for me, this was just too much one-note shades. Even though there's multiple shades in here, they don't mix well together. And the monochromatic looks just don't have enough definition and contrast between the shades of the same color family. So that's it. Those are my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing this video with some swatches, some looks, and my thoughts. If you did enjoy this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.